Alright guys, my name is Shervin, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about why the AMEX SimplyCash Preferred Card is actually not as good as it might seem. Now, the SimplyCash Preferred Card is an extremely popular credit card here in Canada. In fact, it has won many accolades, claiming that it is one of the best cashback cards out there. Now, this is mostly because this card comes with a 2% flat cashback rate, which means that for any purchases that you make with this card, you get 2% back right away. Now that said, this card is actually not free to own. In fact, it costs $99 a year to keep it open. Which basically means that in order for this card to be a valuable card to own, it needs to justify that $99 price tag every single year. Now in this video, we're going to take a closer look at whether or not that $99 fee is actually worth paying in order to get that 2% cashback rate. Because if we can't definitively say that paying $99 a year is actually worth it to get that 2% cashback, then there's really no point in owning this card. So make sure to watch till the end, and also if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smash the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Now it only takes a second to do, but it helps me out a lot when it comes to other people on YouTube finding my videos. So if you could take the time to do it, I'd really appreciate it, so thank you. Now with all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the competition that the AMEX SimplyCash Preferred Card is actually facing. Now there are two cards that have no annual fees whatsoever and actually provide a higher cashback rate in specific categories compared to the 2% that you're getting with the AMEX card. Now, I've talked a lot about how the SimplyCash credit card is actually one of the best credit cards available in Canada. In fact, if you want to check out my full video on that, I'll leave a link to it up here. But essentially, to summarize, with this card, you get 4% cash back on any money that you spend at restaurants or bars. Now, this essentially means that you can get this card for free, and anytime you go to restaurants, there's no point in you using your AMEX card because you can get a 4% cashback rate instead of the 2% cashback rate if you use your Simplii card. Now, there is also the BMO Cashback Card, which gives you 3% back on any purchases that you make at grocery stores. Again, this card also has no annual fees whatsoever, so you can essentially get it for free, and anytime you go grocery shopping, you can just use that card to get a higher percentage compared to your AMEX card. So these two free cards essentially mean that your 2% cashback rate is useless when it comes to spending money on groceries or restaurants and bars. But probably the biggest blow to the SimplyCash Preferred Card is actually its little brother, which is the SimplyCash Card. Now this SimplyCash Card comes with no annual fees and it gives you a 1.25% cashback rate instead of the 2% cashback rate. So when you're getting the SimplyCash Preferred Card over the regular SimplyCash Card, you're essentially paying $99 a year to get 0.75% more in cashback. Because think about it this way, you could just sign up for the little brother, not pay the $99 a year fee, and still get 1.25% cash back instead of the 2%. So what this really means is that you need to spend at least $13,200 every single year in order to just make back that $99 that you're spending on the preferred card. This is because if you spend less than this amount on your credit card every single year, the 2% cashback rate that you're getting minus the $99 fee is still going to be less than just getting 1.25% cashback and not paying the fee. So really, in order for this card to be worth the $99 fee, you need to spend at least $13,200 on things that don't include groceries, restaurants, bars, or other expenses that you can't put on a credit card. For example, most landlords don't accept credit cards as a method of payment, so you can't really pay your rent with credit cards. Now, if you own a house and have a mortgage on it, again, you can't pay that off with your card because most lenders don't accept credit cards as a method of payment. Now, there are lots of other examples too. For example, you can't pay off your taxes with a credit card, and some utility payments cannot be paid with credit cards. So really, when you really think about it, there are a lot of payments that you make that you can't put on a credit card. So when it comes down to it, you need to be spending $13,200 on things that don't include groceries, restaurants, bars, taxes, rent, some utility payments, and a bunch of other examples. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that seems like a lot of money to be spending every single year on stuff that doesn't include the things that we have on the list. So really, unless you're spending a ton of money on a bunch of other things every single year, then I would just stay away from this card and I would just go for the no annual fee version of the card. You still get a decent flat cashback rate, and also in addition to that, you can get the other cards that I mentioned in this video also for completely free and get the high cashback rates in those specific categories. Alright, so that's about it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to smash the subscribe button down below and join the community. I make 3 new videos a week on personal finance and investing, and by subscribing to the channel, you get to see all my new videos right as it comes out. Also, if you have any questions about any of the stuff that we talked about today, make sure to let me know in the comment sections down below where I always answer every single question that comes in. Alright, so that's about it, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Cheers.